The Oklahoma Sooners desperately need a good season in 2025. As an Oklahoma fan, I can't describe to you how much pressure and how good of a season we need to have in 2025, especially in the second year of the SEC. It was a disaster first year in the SEC. Last year, everything went wrong. And as an Oklahoma fan, I could tell you this. It was the first time in a while where I woke up on Saturday mornings not really looking forward to the games. And that really says something. It was a really hard watch. I watched every second, every game. Up 30, down 30. Even though we weren't up 30 a lot last year, it was really hard to watch this football team last year. And some of it was due to injuries and some just guys didn't pan out. And that just can't happen, especially with these highly talented guys. You know, some guys are going to make it and some don't. And clearly, Jackson Arnold, now I'm not saying he's a bad football player, a bad quarterback. Everything was not in his favor in terms of wide receiver injuries, the offensive line. But it just wasn't going to work at Oklahoma. So in 2025, we go into the spring, winter workout spring, and we bring in a guy named John Mateer who lit up college football last year at Washington State. He was just a monster last year. And the expectations for him are skyrocketing. He is a really exciting player that has people talking all around the country about how good he could potentially be for this Oklahoma team. And I agree. I think John Mateer has the talent to be a Heisman candidate. And I know that's strong. Heisman candidate from Washington State to Oklahoma. I'm telling you, this guy has the talent. He is a playmaker. He can make anything on the field. He has the confidence of – it reminds me of Baker Mayfield and some of these Heisman winners where they just have the absurd confidence when they play the game of football. He has that ability. He has that swagger to him that people really just latch on to, his teammates, the media, everyone. So John Mateer is a fun player to have on this team. And then you go in the spring ball, and this position, I will say, has been a huge part of Oklahoma for the history of the program. The running back position has been kind of not really what we're used to at Oklahoma in recent years. And, I think we've had good running backs, solid running backs. But in terms of great running backs, right, you had Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray. The list goes on with all these great running backs. I could sit you and tell you all these guys that were so great. Billy Sims. Everyone knows these guys. They're huge names in the college football world for a reason because of how great they were at Oklahoma as a running back. And I think we have a guy named Jaden Ott who can be special at that position. And he came in from Cal. He's a guy that could be an NFL guy if, he had a good season last year, which he was hurt, banged up a little bit. It wasn't his right situation at Cal, so he decided to transfer. And then the wide receiver position on offense has completely been rehauled with new names and some really good talent in that room also. Deion Burks returns, who was a big transfer get the year ago. And then Ben Arbuckle as the OC. Him and John Mateer's relationship, and that's going to be a big dynamic because when you have an OC and a QB who are very well known in the offense coming in to help teach, and it's going to make everyone's life on offense 10 times easier. That quarterback to OC relationship is so important, and they have a great one for multiple years now. So it'll be really interesting to see how this Oklahoma offense looks coming out of the season because they have really big opponent. Michigan week 2 that's a huge opponent coming to Norman, and potentially that could be a game where John Mateer could show that he's on a different level in college football where people are really going to start talking about him. And he's being talked about right now, but I'm talking about, this guy could win a Heisman if he leads this Oklahoma team to a playoff appearance. But as an Oklahoma fan, it's been rough. It's been, a little bit of ups, but a lot of downs, especially last year. That season last year was was something else. It was not fun to be a part of, to watch. It was nothing was enjoyable about it. And I love college football. And when your team's not good, you know, I still watch college football. Still watch every game of theirs, but it does damper it a little bit. It makes you a little sad on Saturdays when your team's consistently losing, and there's not really anything you can do about it. So, but I'm really excited about this team, especially this defense. I think the defense keeps improving every single year in this Venable scheme, and a lot of people could talk about him as a head coach and how he's won 6 and 7 twice. All I can tell you is he can absolutely put together a defense that could be top in the country every single time he's at. Like at Oklahoma, he did it. At Clemson, he did it. And now at Oklahoma, he's potentially doing it again. That dude knows defense better than anyone. I think he's the best defensive mind in college football. I truly do. You just can't put together defenses like this on accident this many times. So he's just so good on the defensive side of the ball. And he'll be calling plays there too. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic with him as the HC and DC. But I really am excited about this team. And I think for the first time in Brent Venable's tenure, we have a good offense and great defense really can complement each other and be a really good team altogether. We haven't had a good offense, good defense really in this era. So this is the first time where it can happen. And I think we can make some magic happen with this team. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about this team. That'll do for me. Make sure you guys comment on the video, like the video, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.